and welcome to Storytime. Let's get started with our good morning song. Good morning, good morning, good morning to you. Good morning, good morning, good morning to you. Our day is beginning, there's so much to do. Good morning, good morning, good morning to you. Now let's do some counting. What number shall we count to today? I heard Susie say number 12. That's what we will do. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And 12 is a dozen, like a dozen eggs or a dozen cookies. Now let's do our ABCs. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z. And our letter for today is the letter M. M for Mummy and Michael and Monday and Monkey, music, and today's theme is mermaids. Mermaids live under the water. So let's go listen to our first story about a special mermaid. Daisy, the Donut Fairy. Once upon an island in the deep blue sea lived a mermaid fairy family, Daisy, Dolly, and Dee. Days were filled with fun as the fairies swam and flew, but apart from making donuts, there wasn't much to do. Their fairy wands made every kind, hundreds by the hour, but the donut mountains grew and grew till there was no room in their tower. So Daisy called a meeting of her fairy clan. They put their heads together. What they needed was a plan. Daisy, Dee, and Dolly thought hard for hours and hours. Finding uses for the donuts used up all their fairy powers. Wheels. The first idea was Dolly's. It didn't work the way she wished. The wheels looked good enough to eat, but soon got very squished. Earrings. This was Dee's best idea, but she didn't think it through. They were far too big to dangle, and the frosting stuck like glue. Yuck. Sunglasses. The third idea was Daisy's. At first it seemed quite good, but glasses made from donuts just don't work the way they should. It was nothing less than awful. There was nothing left to try. At least that's what the fairies thought, until a pirate ship sailed by. Pancake Pete was all aboard with first mate Fearsome Fred, but neither one could see the rocks with the pancakes on their heads. Oh, how silly. Overboard the pirates jumped as their ship began to sink. They splished and sploshed and splashed and splished until they turned bright pink. Peering through the window and thinking very fast, Daisy said, "I think we have a use for these at last." So she took some doughnuts from the pile and threw them to the boat. The pirates jumped inside the rings. They really helped them float. The pancake pirates bobbed to shore, their timbers all a-shiver. Dee and Dolly felt quite scared, and Daisy began to quiver. But Pete said, "Please don't worry. We're really not that bad. And sailing donut dinghies was the most fun we've ever had." The pirates were so grateful and asked, "What can we do?" Daisy said, "There's a job for us in sea search and rescue." So the fairies and the pirates learned how to work together, helping those in trouble at sea or lost in stormy weather. Every day was an adventure, hard work but full of fun, and their doughnuts had a use at last, every single one. So throwing doughnuts out to sea stopped the pirates from sinking, and that's how Daisy saved the day with true friends and quick thinking. The end. I hope you enjoyed our first story, and now it's craft time. Today we are making, of course, a mermaid with a very long tail. So what you will get in your bag, you will get a mermaid head and a paper plate, which all I did was I cut out the middle of the plate and put a little tail on the end of it. Now, I know that some of the people watching are little boys, and maybe you don't want to make a mermaid, so you can make a merman. And all you have to do is, I took a pencil and I marked by her ear and cut off a little bit of the hair down by her shoulders, and I ended up with a little boy. So then you're going to color it all up, and then you will use a couple pieces of tape, and you will attach the head to the body. Now this is after you've colored it all. It'll make it easier if you've colored it first. And you will have your mermaid or merman. And then you can put a little hole in a string and you can hang it up and it will spin in the wind. So that is our craft. And now it's time for our second story. Aqualicious by Victoria Kahn. I was collecting seashells. I found a shell and held it next to my ear so I could listen to the ocean. Instead of hearing the ocean, I heard a little voice inside the shell. "Put me down. I'm trying to nap," the voice said. "Eek!" I screamed. I was scared, but I was also curious. I looked inside the shell. I saw a little face with long hair. "Can you help me?" said the little voice. "Help you? What are you?" I asked. "I am Aqua," she said shyly, wiggling out of the shell. "Hi, my name is Pinkalicious," I said. "Oh, I love the color pink, but blue is my favorite color," Aqua said. "I am a merminny." "What is a merminny?" I asked. "Merminnies are a smaller, rarer species of mermaids," said Aqua. "Just like there are lots of different kinds of fish, there are many different kinds of mermaids. Merminnies only inhabit this seacoast. I am actually quite well known, and I—" "Wowee!" I screamed excitedly before she could finish. I didn't think mermaids or merminis actually existed. I put Aqua in my bucket so I could show her to my brother Peter. Peter, look what I found. A mini mermaid, I said. Peter was burying Mummy and Daddy in the sand while they napped. I dumped the contents of the bucket onto the towel. Say something, Aqua, I commanded. I was actually speaking to you when you put me in your pail of periwinkles, hermit crabs, and seashells, which I do not appreciate. Hermit crabs bite. I'd like to go home now, please. Yes, you do need a home, Peter said. Come on, Pinkalicious, let's build a palace for her. I bet she is a princess. Peter and I immediately got to work. We built a big sandcastle with turrets and decorated it with shells, stones, and feathers. Do you like it, Aqua? I asked. Yes, I do like it. It is lovely, but it isn't my home. I live underwater, and I should get back there, she said. Of course, but wouldn't you like to have lunch with us first? Asked Peter. What are you eating? Normally, I only eat algae and phytoplankton. Human food would be a real treat, she said. I put Aqua in my water cup and carried her to the concession stand to let her pick out her lunch. I would like one of everything, she said, and don't forget the sea salt. Would you like to play miniature golf with us? I asked Aqua after lunch. All you have to do is hit the little ball into the hole, Peter said. I'll help you, but then I really should be going, Aqua said as she hid in the hole on the putting green. Just hit the ball, and I will grab it, and then you will win. That's cheating. I don't want to play if you can't play fairly, I said, stomping back to the beach. Sorry, Pinkalicious, Aqua said. Perhaps I can teach you to surf. Just balance on this board and ride through the waves like this. Whee, this is fantastic, I said. Uh-oh, Pinkalicious, that looks dangerous. I'm going to wake up Mummy and Daddy if you're going to stay in the water, said Peter from shore. Suddenly, a seagull grabbed Aqua and flew away. Help me! Help! Please don't let it eat me! Aqua screamed as she dangled from its beak. Quick, Peter, the gull is by the lighthouse. We can still save Aqua, I said, running as fast as I could. Hurry before she becomes mini meat, said Peter. Don't worry, Aqua. Peter threw a mussel to the seagull, who dropped Aqua into the soft seagrass. Peter picked her up from the ground. We quickly climbed into a little sailboat before the seagull came back for her. You'll be safe here. We will protect you, said Peter. Oh, thank you for saving me. I really appreciate it, but now it's time for me to go home. You humans lead such exhausting lives, said Aqua. Okay, Aqua, you can go back home, Peter said as he carefully put Aqua in the water. So long, Aqua. It was nice to meet you, I said, waving goodbye. What are you doing? Screamed Aqua. No! Help me! There are sharks and eels and horrible crabs in here. This is not my home. Get me out of here. Peter scooped Aqua out of the water and brought her back to our towel. If you don't live in the sea, where do you live? I asked. Over there, said Daddy, who was now awake and pointing to a building on the other side of the sand dune. Aqua is famous. We came to this beach so we could visit the aquarium where Aqua lives. She is a real mermini. We were going to tell you all about her, but I guess we fell asleep, said Mummy. Sometimes I like to sneak out to go to the beach and see what I can discover. It's good to be curious. You never know what you will find, and you humans are lots of fun. Now I need to get back home to my tank before anyone notices that I am gone. Will you take me? Asked Aqua. Inside the aquarium, Aqua swam in her tank. There was a crowd of people who clapped and cheered for her. She was famous. As she swam by on her seahorse, she waved to us. I whispered, "Thank you, Aqua. You are beautiful." Afterward, we got blueberry and sea swirl ice cream. Today was truly Aqualicious, I said. Who knew what collecting seashells could be so much fun? The end. Welcome back from our second story. I hope you liked it. Now we're almost done. I can't believe how fast time went, but I want to remind you that now it's the month of August, so we put up a new story out for our story stroll. It's called Kite Day. It's about Mole and Bear and the fun they have with their kites. So I hope you'll come up and see that. Don't forget, you can pick up a new craft each Friday. And if you miss it, call and ask. We might have a few extra left over on Monday. So let's do our last song.
The more we get together, the more we get together, the happier we'll be. 'Cause your friends are my friends, and my friends are your friends. The more we get together, the happier we'll be.
See you next time.